Okay, am I live on Facebook? Trying to go live on Facebook. So, um, I just came from the gym. I think I'm see if I'm live streaming. Check on my phone, and I saw this video. Really wasn't going to go live tonight, but yeah, I think I'm live. I saw this video on YouTube. If you're not into YouTube, it's the new news, right? You need to know what's going on with our economy. And you'll really see a lot of the layoffs. The GM, I didn't know last year, Chase Mortgage laid off, um, I forgot the numbers, so many numbers of employees, right? GM laying off like 14,000, new trends coming. And so I came across this YouTube video that I want to share with you um, about, and I haven't been live, how Amazon made billions of dollars and they pay $0 in federal taxes, right? So let me find that video and pull it up. And I'm also not going to give a long drawn out video of trying to explain everything. Like I stated earlier, I am fatigued from my workout. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, Mr. Tim. Um, but I'm going to show you how your credit, hold on, let me cut this off, can increase your cash flow. So let me show you this Amazon video. Let me switch my screen, share. Yeah, here we go. How Amazon pays zero tax and billion. We're gonna break this down real quick. So if you're coming in, make sure you hit like, hit share, and let's tune in to the Amazon story, right?
Get to work or get out of town. Organize your tools and gear.
Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world, the richest man who's ever lived in the world. Amazon, his company, is one of the country's most valuable. But the company's tax payments are not keeping up with its great wealth. Okay, that's a profound understatement. Here's one example. Last year, Amazon made $5.6 billion in profit. They netted that. But they used tax credits and other benefits to avoid paying any federal income tax. Did you pay federal income tax last year? Oh, one of the biggest companies in the world paid none. Nevertheless,
all right, first of all, I'm sharing this video because I spoke with a nurse practitioner today, right? Digital Love, thank you. Arizona, thank you so much. I'm trying to come near that area soon in May, be more so in the Las Vegas area. But I do have some clients in Arizona who wants me to come there. You know, me and my business partner, we put credit and cash flow conferences. So, so thank you so much, Coach from Arizona. And the reason why, thank you for the digital love. So, again, the reason why I'm sharing this video, I spoke with a nurse practitioner today, and she wanted to know why was she losing thousands of dollars in her tax deductions. And of course, I plugged her into my business partner, Mr. Kevin Young, who's the king of cash flow, and he covered those bases for me because we are seeing now how the interaction of the credit and taxes will work, right? And I decided to make this video because certain things like her scrub, her uniforms, her business mileage, certain employee tax deduction that she was able to claim, she's not able to claim anymore. And so I'm really tired of the middle class saying, and what I mean, like the high six-figure middle class, if you make six figures a year, let's say anywhere between 100,000 and 250,000. I'm really tired of them saying, well, hey, I'd rather pay taxes back because I make too much money problem. That's not the problem. Your problem is you make six figures and you don't have tax shelters in place through businesses to pay less taxes because your argument is not legitimate anymore to me. If Amazon can use these tax loopholes to make billions of dollars and it's be legal. And all of this stuff about the Democrats want to see President Trump's tax return, let me tell you, it's not going to go anywhere, because President Trump is using the same strategies for his income, and he has these strategies in place for Americans. It doesn't matter if you're making $35,000 a year, $50,000 a year, $100K, $250,000 a year. Yes, Tim, tax shelters is what people need. So let's continue on with the video. Make sure you hit like and hit share. Make sure you hit like and hit share, because people are losing thousands in taxes. And now it's coming, it's making sense, like, hey, I got to do something. I can't just be an employee, right? I have to be an employee and get business tax shelters, because this is affecting my income by the thousands, right? So let's listen more.
Yes, governments around this country, state and local, are racing to provide Amazon with even more perks and tax breaks as it looks to choose the site of its second headquarters, because masochism is very common among state government. Heather Zumarraga is a financial analyst and a very smart one, and she joins us tonight. Heather, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Tucker.
So how does it work that one of the biggest companies in the world, an American company, pays no federal taxes?
Well, that's a good question. I think this is a nonpartisan issue. President Trump has stated that Amazon is a no-tax monopoly, right? Both Democrats and Republicans alike would say that we're in agreement with that statement, and that is not okay. Although they do pay state and local income taxes, they pay zero federal.
Let me just correct one thing there. Actually, no. The New York Times today leapt to Amazon's defense, in effect, by saying, oh, that's not really true. I mean, they instinctively defended a company for paying no federal taxes. This is how upside down our world is. That's
unusual. I would expect most Democrats or a liberal newspaper or source to back to not back a big corporation paying zero federal income tax.
Yeah, you would think that, but it's a very liberal corporation, so maybe they see themselves as a lie.
So here's the reason why they get away with it. From the source's various tax breaks, right? They're saying that executive stock options are allowing them to pay zero federal income tax. Now, it's not illegal. These are tax loopholes. It's in our tax code, our current tax system. So they're taking it.
Okay, let's pause and meditate on what she just said. It's not illegal. It's in our tax system. It's tax loopholes. If middle class does not get a hold of this, it won't be a middle class. It's going to be very lower class people for the income brackets, right? And it's going to be the rich and wealthy. It's not going to be that in between. If you all don't understand these tax loopholes, it's not tax manipulation. It's not tax, mischief. We hear the stories in the Black and brown community about Lauryn Hill and Wesley Snipes and tax invasion and things like that. But to be honest with you, if Lauryn Hill and Wesley Snipes would have known that they can just store their money in other countries, and they live in those other countries for 6 months, and they get their personal jets and fly back and forth to the United States, then they would have been taxed zero too. That's what the founder of Facebook did. He married, I think, someone in Switzerland. He has a total of 6 months that he lives there. He stores his money there, and he's not taxed on federal dollars in the United States. But hey, that's not my area of expertise. Those are just some things I know. And I think people hear those stories and they don't understand the legality of tax shelters, right? Or they bash President Trump for using these tax shelters, and then they bash him for filing bankruptcy. But it's all about the true live game of monopoly. It's all about the money game. And when you don't have a financial awareness or knowledge or education, then you don't understand how these strategies work. So let's listen some more.
Advantage of that, but it doesn't seem right or fair. A company that raked in $175 billion last year, this just isn't right. I'm sure you paid more in federal taxes.
Well, I did, but also Amazon. I haven't put tens of thousands of people out of work like Amazon has. They've hired a lot, but they put many more out of work. They've destroyed many more businesses than they've created. Look, I get it. That's the nature of market capitalism, but they feel no obligation to give back at all to the federal treasury.
Okay, so this man is thinking like a consumer. He's admit his income is lower, and he pay more federal taxes than Amazon. And he's thinking they don't want to give anything back to the federal treasury. Why would you, if there are ways you can minimize your taxes? Why would you? Because I'm telling you, it's people like him, it's people like us, hardworking people, middle class, that's paying these taxes. It's not the rich and wealthy that understands how the tax loopholes work. And this is what I do with my income. I get taxes less as I can, and I use tax shelters and business write-offs to help with those strategies. So based off of my income, I'm probably paying a lower percentage, right, than people percentage-wise than people that make 6 figures a year. And that has allowed me to get out of debt, to pay off my home. I'm going to show you how I'm going to pay on my mortgage in 5 to 7 years. Let's watch a couple more seconds of that, and then I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to show you the credit to how to use your credit to get more cash flow along with these tax strategies.
At all?
Well, what's worse is that they're able to grandfather in deferred taxes. So deferred taxes, those that they've delayed in the past, which is perfectly legal. Now they can have those taxed at the lower corporate tax rate effective January 1 of 21% versus 35% when the income and revenue was earned in the prior years, 2014, 2015. So, I mean, that's ridiculous. We would all love to resend our taxes, right? And let me pay my lower individual income rate now, because individual rates are now taxed at a lower bracket as are corporate rates. And that's just ludicrous. That just shouldn't be allowed.
No, it shouldn't. And yet the default, and even, the president said that.
Okay, so these journalists really have a different perspective on it. They're saying it should not be allowed, but hey, why not just learn to play the game and play it the right way instead of complaining about the situation, right? So
during the campaign, the default for people in business.
Okay, let me exit out of this and share my full screen. And I'm going to show you how to use credit to pay down your mortgage. 5 to 7 years, right? How to even use credit even more to build your cash flow. So let me see how I can go back to where I was. Share my full screen. I'm not sure. Okay, just work with me. This dog working in the background. Full screen real quick. Oh, this is it. So let me see if I can enlarge this. Because I want you to see the background of this. How I'm using my, what window do I want to share? I don't know. It's not showing the way I want it to. So I might just stop there because it's not giving me the view, the angle that I really, really want to share. Let me try one more time. And if not, I'll just explain this at another time. Because it's showing the background screen of my Facebook page, and that's not what I really want to share. Because I was going to share with you all how I use my credit cards to pay down my mortgage debt. I want you all to understand that a line of credit is taxed way differently, right, than loans, and how you can use a line of credit to pay down your mortgage loan at a quick rate. So let me see if I got this. Try to do the best I can. I can't get this screen any larger the way I want to. So let me see when it switch over. If it will, I'll just use the screen like I have it. And and see if you all can see me from here. So how I'm using my line of credit, which I need my credit card to pay down my mortgage loan. So I had this offer in the mail, right? And this offer in the mail is still not showing the screen like I want it. Let me try one more time because this is bothering me. Okay, I think I got it now. Okay, so I got my credit card offer in the mail, and you know, took out my information, my address and everything. And so these offers, balance transfer offers, the card is paid off in full, is 0%. And you can see it's from December 1st, 2019. And then if I wanted 0.99%, it could have been to June 1st of 2020. So this is what I did, or what I'm doing. I have my mortgage note, right? So I call, and with a balance transfer on credit card, this is why good credit is also detrimental in increasing your cash flow. And so I got the $5,000 balance transfer. Now, for the people that's gonna comment that the way my screen is presented, and I should have used the flip of the mirror. Well, I don't have a flip of the mirror on this laptop. And anytime you get free information, it's gonna help your financial situation. Just get the information the best way you can, right? It was a real estate video webinar I was on. People saying he needs a new technology team. Well, hey, get it the best way you can get it if it's gonna help your financial future, right? So I get the 0% money loan at $5,000, right? I get this transferred directly into my checking account. Okay, this is 0% until December of 2019. So what do? I take this $5,000 and I pay it in lump sum, because what a lot of people don't understand is that your mortgage loan and credit card lines of credit or interest rates are calculated differently, meaning that your mortgage loan is on an amortization interest, which is tax. I mean, not tax, but interest is built on it daily, but your line of credit loan. And again, for me, this is free money, right? It's taxed on a revolving. So what is revolving lines of credit? What is revolving money? Revolving is whenever you pay back into this money, you can use it again, right? This is what I call financial literacy, because a lot of times people call credit card bills, and credit cards are not bills. Bills are things that you pay that you never recoup that money back again. Your mortgage is a bill. Once you pay that money out, you never get that money back again. Your electricity is a bill. Once you pay that money out, you never get that money back again. Your water bill is a bill. Your cable bill is a bill. But your lines of credit is not a loan or a bill, because once you pay this down, you get that money back. So making lump sum payments on your mortgage is the strategy to pay it off in 5 to 7 years, because lump sum payments on a mortgage, not a biweekly payment, not a extra payment at the end of the year. Lump sum mortgage, thank you so much, Ms. Shantae, is what cuts down the years and interest off a mortgage, right? And so mortgage payment is $13.50 a month. I call my mortgage lender and say, hey, I want to make a lump sum payment of $5,000 to pay my mortgage up to 5 months, right? So with my credit card, divide that into 5 months. I'm going to put $1,000, my credit card monthly, and pay that off, because I'm getting this money at 0% interest rate. I showed you the offer, right? Get it at 0%. And so then I have to look at, okay, the $350 extra, right, from these months, I'm just going to calculate that into 4 months, 12. And that's like a difference of $1,400. I don't have to pay this off. I can pay it off $1,350 the same way I would pay my mortgage note. But I'm using this strategy to cut down years and years of interest and years and years. $1,000 of interest and years off of my mortgage. And I'm using a line of credit. It's called the poor people, middle class person way of velocity thinking. So when people say you don't need credit, credit is not that important, or people get credit to get stuff, they only want a good credit score because they want to go out and buy a house or a car. First of all, whatever they want to do with their credit is not my concern. Just the fact that they're making moves to build good credit, I commend that. Their decisions from their credit is their decisions, and whether they're good. Now, I would like to educate them how to use their credit in more powerful ways, like I'm doing tonight. I would like to educate people on how you can use your credit cards and lines of credit, and how you can get good credit to position yourself to get offers like these. So now, when I'm making $5,000 lump sum payments on my mortgage or my house note, and it's saving me thousands of dollars, and it's saving me years in interest, if I don't have good credit, then I can't make that move. I tell you, these are moves for chess. It's not checkers, right? So now I'm paying directly to my credit card and not paying into my house note, right? I pay my house note into the credit card, and then once I pay that balance off in full in 4 to 5 months, I use the same strategy all over again. I get another balance transfer, I get another lump sum payment, and I pay my mortgage down 5 to 7 years. So this is how credit can build your cash flow, and knowing these tax shelters can build your cash flow as well. Now, this is what I want you to do. I do not want you to comment on this video or message me and say, how do I do that, without expecting to pay the cost to get the information. This is what free information looks like. It's a overall understanding and explanation, and showing you live examples that I'm not just talking the talk, I'm walking the walk. But if you want me to train you on these strategies, then you have to pay, because I had to pay to learn it. I had to pay my time, I had to pay my money, and I had to put in these extra hours of learning and reading books and digging deep. Let me just show you. You know, this is my book set, my spring water. Nothing comes without a cost. So when a lot of people ask me just a very vague question like, how do you do something? I really think in my mind, they gotta be asking out of just eagerness to get out of their situation. They can't be expecting for me just to explain it in a text message or a message, and without even thinking that I need to pay some type of financial commitment to get the knowledge that I need. So no, I do not teach people how to repair credit at this time. I feel like Nehemiah, when Nehemiah was building the wall in the Bible, he didn't take time to stop and teach people or to have conversations. I'm not teaching it at this time. Will I teach it later on? Maybe so. I'm not teaching you how to get student loans deleted. That's what I do. If you have those issues, you can pay me to get it fixed for you on the credit, right? Or to get student loans reversed, or to keep your student loan and just reverse the late payments. Or I'm not going to just send you a text step by step and say, hey, this is how you remove collections. These are the letters that I use for no cost. So, you know, don't even take the time to ask me that. If you are not asking for, if you're asking to build if you want to learn these cash flow strategies and how to pay less in taxes through the tax strategies that I teach, message me and say, hey, I heard you teach how I can, get taxed less, get more money out of my paycheck for $49. How do I sign up, right? Or look, I want to have a vision of using my credit in a more productive way, of paying down my mortgage faster, or getting business loans, or getting a better living situation, getting a better vehicle, right? How much do you charge to fix my credit? But don't think I'm teaching you or going to spend time texting you and messaging you free information. These videos, what I'm taking time to do now, this is free, right? anything beyond this come with a price. So hey, hit like and hit share. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it, because you could be watching some rich and famous people on television, not taking your time to invest in yourself on how to become better financially yourself.